How's it going, everybody? Brand here today, and we are back with our Oakland Athletics franchise mode here in MLB The Show 22 guys. And today we are going to go ahead and get the offseason done. A lot of things to do here, and hopefully we're going to take it a little bit slower. I'm going to try and keep it a little realistic. Obviously, we're not going to go after a guy like Aaron Judge, who I'm assuming is going to be a free agent this year with his recent contract dispute. We could have the budget to sign him, but I don't think it's very realistic to think that, you know, we're one piece away. Maybe when we build and start to get some success, you know, we'll go after the big fish. But at least for now, I don't think we're going to go after somebody big. But before we get started, guys, can we get this video to 10 likes? You guys love this series. I'm loving it. I really appreciate you guys. Some of you guys have asked me to do some new teams. I might do some of that on my live stream. Twitch is in the description. I'm also going to be going live with more watch parties where I watch the latest sports. You guys comment with me in the chat. I'll have the game on, you know, in the game cast. Obviously not the live feed in the stream, but it's a lot of fun. I had so much fun with Owen Power's debut NHL hockey. We got the NBA playoffs coming up. Baseball's back. Hockey's got playoffs right around the corner. It's going to be fun. But here we go, guys. Let's go ahead, get into this one. And we have 2 exclusive free agents to sign and the staff. Realistically, the pitching coach is probably the guy I think is the only guy we're going to get rid of because he's got 1 year left at $641,000. I think it makes sense for us to fire him. That's not much when you talk about our budget. Our projected surplus is $130 million, right? $134 million of budget. Like, we got a lot of budget we can spend. And I'm going to try and spend a good amount of it here. One thing I do want to take a look at is Torrey Villa. Torrey Villa would be a good guy to go after. Silas Falcon's got control, home runs, hits, and clutch. Hits, home runs, stamina, and control. I think I like the clutch a little bit better. These guys, this guy's got a little bit strikeout per 9. He's hits per 9. I think I value hits per 9 better. So we're going to go after, I think, Eduardo Brown or Silas Falcon. Torrey Villa. +1 stamina is pretty nice. +2 control, Ks per 9, hits per 9. So Silas Falcon, or he's got the +2 clutch. So Silas Falcon, I think, is the guy I'm going to go after. Because they both have +1 home runs and hits. Actually, he's +2. His +2 is in the clutch. So we've got with runners on. We're going to also offer him like 3.7 million. I think that's 1.2 a year. So there we go. That's fine. He's got a very high interest. 1.2 a year would make him the 3rd highest paid coach on our staff. And I think that makes sense. He's our pitching coach. You know, manager, hitting coach, pitching coach should all be, you know, somewhere similar. Obviously, our hitting coach being paid more than our manager. A little nuts, but hey. Who I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge what they do. I'm not going to rebrand the team, but we do have some exclusive free agents. Chad Pinder, how was he this season? Wins above replacement of, he's replacement level, not giving him a contract. Stephen Vogt had 155 plate appearances, batted, you know, sub 200. I feel like we can get better in the backup catcher as well. So I think we're just going to let them both go. Taking a look at our depth chart, though, where do we need to improve? It's the outfield. We definitely need some more outfielders. Infielders are looking okay. Listen, it's not good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we're set to make a push, but I feel like one more starting pitcher, you know, in the mid to upper 70s, maybe an 80, low 80s if we can get them. But definitely need one big outfielder. We need to go make a splash for a mid to upper 70s, low 80s, maybe even mid 80s. We'll break the bank outfielder. Because looking at the infield, you know, third base and first base with Pablo Mora and Sheldon Noyce, it's okay. Tony Kemp was actually really good for us. 625 at-bats, OPS of 713, which is not great, but a 2.0 WAR means he's still a starter quality in my mind. Orlando Arcia is our shortstop here. I think we recently traded for him. I don't remember exactly what we gave up. I'd love to see, like, you know, what we gave up, but 288 batting average for him, a B 2.0 WAR, you know, first positive season, actual first sim that was actually really good. So I want to keep him and play him a bit more. He can play pretty much anywhere. He played for the Braves. I think I remember that trade. I can't exactly remember what we gave up. We can take a look at the transactions completed. We'll go to the Athletics here. We're at the very front trades. And we traded for Orlando Arcia for Jeremy Ironman. So we traded third baseman Ironman away to the Braves, who we'll take a quick look at him just to recap. Oh, that's so nice. I forgot I could just push and hold and we would do this. There we go. The Braves, third baseman Ironman, 2671 and B. Very, very happy with Orlando Arcia there. at shortstop for us. He can play anywhere in the infield. He's a little bit older, but he's better, growing really nicely too. So very happy with that trade. But you guys can see the depth chart again. Maybe a first baseman, an outfielder, and a pitcher. Maybe corner infielders, outfielder, and a pitcher. I think that's what I'm shopping for. Those 4 things. We'll see what we can get and what's realistic. I'm not gonna do these exclusive free agents because neither of them are worthwhile. So let's go ahead and sim to free agency. 6 days. Silas Falcon has accepted the offer from the Reds to be a pitching coach. Yes, I would like to stop. He chose the Reds over us, man. They're not that much better. Trust me, I'm a Reds fan. I know they're not doing great. Review staff. Apologies too if you guys hear any kind of squeaking. That is my dog Oreo. We recently got him. He's making his debut on YouTube now. He made his debut on Twitch already. So Eduardo Brown. Do we have any more A's? -2 in the clutch. I don't like that. -1 control, but +2 walks per 9. A here, -2 hits per 9. I don't like that at all. Hits per 9, don't like that. I'm looking for the A attribute grade here, guys. I really am. All right, so there's some guys here that we might have to outbid teams for. Torrey Villa was one of the guys that I was looking at earlier. So we will give him $4 million a year for 3 years, $1.3 million. He's definitely, I mean, he should choose us, I'd assume. And we will sim to free agency. Hopefully he'll choose us. And no, I do not want to qualify anybody. So here we go. 40-man roster before the Rule 5 draft. Sort by potential on the 40-man. Is he on the 40-man? He is not. Connie Nelson is not on the 40-man, and I would like to add him to the 40-man. Let's see. Our 40-man, let me do the math real quick. 27, 28, 28 plus 11 is 39. So we have one more spot. Tyler Soderstrom, add him to the 40-man. There we go. Shea Langoliers is not on the 40-man. We will go ahead and remove Miguel Romero from the 40-man. There we go. All right, and all players, Shea Langoliers, add him to the 40-man. I'm not worried about... I am a little bit worried about losing him. He's an A potential with 73, and he's a catcher, right? He's on the 40-man. Murphy's obviously on the 40-man. Gunnar Hoglund is not on the 40-man. He's a 72. Let's go ahead and remove... Parker here, remove him from the 40-man. Nobody's going to take him. Gunnar Hoglund, add him to the 40-man roster. There we go. Joe Adell obviously is. Trevino, he's 47 in B. Miguel Trevino, he's one of the guys we just drafted. So Max Muncie is not on the 40-man, so we do need to add him in there. There we go. We'll take this guy off. Remove from 40-man roster. Okay. Keep going here. We want Max Muncie on the 40-man roster. There we go. Okay. Cusick is not on the 40-man, but he's a 60. I don't see some of these guys getting taken, although I would like to add them to the 40-man because there's plenty of players right now on the 40-man that don't deserve to be here. Like, remove from 40-man. Remove from 40-man is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Remove from 40-man. And remove from 40-man. Yeah, these guys, I don't know why they're on the 40-man roster to begin with. Remove from 40-man. There we go. All right, so we currently have 26. Yeah, so... wow, wait. How many do we have on the 40-man? Let me do the math real quick. 31, 33, 35. So we can add a few more players on. Cusick, we'll add him. Yes. Geloff, we'll add him. Jordan Wicks, we'll add him. And now that's currently 1438. So we can add 2 more. Montas, obviously. Del Gaudio. Poisson we want. And then Del Gaudio. And I don't think anybody else will get taken from us. I don't think anybody else is going to get stolen. Logan Davidson. I mean, maybe. But you know what? We're going to leave it for now. I think we're okay. Salary arbitration. Players, here you go. If you don't know already, players are arbitration eligible if they have... if they have between 3 to 6 years of MLB service time or in the top 22% of players, but at least, okay, an arbitration player eligible and a club can not agree on a salary figure, both can opt for a neutral party to help find a solution. To do so, there's blah, 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 blah. Obviously, arbitration, you basically both submit a salary. You think he's going to pay, the arbitrator will then decide somewhere in between. I think that's how it goes. It's somewhere in between. The other option for arbitration is you pick one of the two. So Sean Murphy, we want to make an offer, $8.4 million a year for our star catcher. Can I get him down to $8 million a year flat? I think I'll do that. He will be a star. Give him a club option. No, he doesn't like that. Payout structure. Let's front load it. Yeah, we'll front load it because we got the money now, right? So we'll go ahead and offer that. Frankie Montas, we obviously want to bring him back. He's going to make $11 million a year. Can I get him down to $10 million a year? I like that as well. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna be a rotation player because I really don't want to promise him an ace for 5 more years. But you can see, obviously, starting pitchers, we need to pay him. $10 million a year is fine with us there. Ramon Laureano's up to an 81 overall. It's good to see that. I thought we were gonna lose him for sure, but $8 million a year is a little much. He's looking for only $6.4 million a year if I bump him down to 3 years. And he's 28, so 3 years at $5.5 million. I think I'll do $5.5 million for 3 years. I like that a lot. He's going to be an everyday player. He's our best outfielder for sure. Ramon Laureano. Offer that to him. Although, if we do 2 years, he would take $4.4 million a year, which I think makes a little bit more sense. So we'll try and offer him $4 million a year for 2 years. He'll be 30. By then, we might have somebody better than him already. So I think we'll go here. We will. It doesn't matter. It's 2 years. So Sean Murphy and Frankie Montas, I think, are both guys that we see for the long term. Ramon Laureano, I know he's only as old as Sean Murphy. I just don't put him in that caliber of player. Cole Irvin here wants, for 4 years, he wants $2.3 million a year. I'll give him $2.2 million a year for 4 years. He wants to be depth. Yeah, he'll probably end up being depth, and we will front load it because it's 4 years. Tony Kemp, let's bring him back for 1 more year. He's 31. I don't foresee him being here too much longer. $2.8 million for 1 year is fine. He's a platoon player. He's actually going to be probably an everyday player for 1 more year, so I can promise him that. Front loading doesn't matter. Lou Trevino is our closer, so he's looking for anything over 3 years. He's looking for $3.4 million a year. Actually, 3.6. 17. Yeah, you know what? Let's leave it with this. He's going to be the closer. Depth, because if we get a better closer than Lou Trevino, we're fine there. Adam Kolarek, I definitely want to bring him back. He played, I believe he played very well. He played 20 games. Yeah, played 20 games for us. Only pitched 19 innings, which is a little sad. Less than replacement level, though, which is a little bit disappointing. But I still think he's a good player. Advanced analytics be damned. I still think he's a pretty good player. He wants $840,000. Wow. So for 3 years, he wants $700,000 a year. I'll give him $733,000 a year. He's fine. He's going to be in the bullpen. He's a 74 overall for 3 years, and it doesn't matter. It's so cheap. Then we got a bunch of guys down here. Delios is a depth guy. We want to give him, we'll give him 4 years. He's looking for $940 a year. We're fine with that. He's a depth guy. Another depth relief pitcher. 1.8 per year. 1.6 per year here. Paul Blackburn is 29. How did he pitch? He pitched 156 innings for us, actually. He had a .5 WAR. I think we're going to move on from Paul Blackburn. I just don't see the need to bring a guy like this back for $1.8 million a year. Billy McKinney, the right fielder, 1.5 a year. Are you serious? He played for us this year. He had a negative WAR. I'm not giving a guy with a negative WAR a $1.5 million contract. Are you kidding me? Looking for 1.1 if we do actually 2 years at $990,000. I'll do that just because he's got MLB quality to him. He's going to be a platoon player. Offer him a depth. Yeah, there we go. Offer him that. Austin Pruitt, the relief pitcher, $730,000 a year. For 3 years, I can do that. I'm fine with that. Sam Selman here, again, totally worth it. $700,000 a year. Give it to him. That's fine. And then AJ Puke. How was he this year? Because he apparently wants a good amount of money. He was replacement level. He was fine. He wants $1.6 million a year. I'm not going to give him that. Okay. So tender contracts to Kaprelian. They are under team control because they don't qualify for arbitration. Players are not tendered by December 2nd. They become free agents. Contract on a renewable player decides to decline. You can still renew their contract for no less than 80% of their previous salary. So if they're renewable, we basically get them back no matter what. So here we go. 4 years. He only wants $2 million a year here for 4 years, and I will definitely, budget that. There we go. Rotation player, 4 years, $2 million a year for James Kaprelian. He'll be 33 at the end of this contract, and I'm happy about that. Robert Poisson. Yep, 1 year, 70,000. Boom, good. Shea Langoliers, same thing for him. Sheldon Noyce is our actually starting outfielder. He wants 2 years for 580,000 a year. I think I'll do that just because. Yeah, we'll give him 2 years, 1 million, platoon player. He's thrilled with his contract. We save a lot of money and it doesn't hurt us at all. Max Muncie, definitely somebody for the future. Gonna bring him back. Pablo Mora was our first baseman in the majors. That's fine. We'll give him 2 years at 60,000 a year. I don't foresee him being here for very long, but at least we have him. There we go. That is fine as well. Gabriel Maciel, offer him a contract. Beautiful. Logan Davidson, offer him a contract. Austin Allen, he could even be the team's backup catcher. I'd be fine with that. 5 years at 4.5, 4.4, 4.5. Yeah, he wants 900,000 a year. I'll give him 4.6. You know what? We'll do that. Austin Allen can be our backup catcher. Armenteros, easy renewal. Max Schuerman, easy renewal again. CJ Rodriguez, easy renewal. Gunnar Hoglund, clearly gonna renew him. Brent Honeywell Jr. Wants 1.2 million a year for you know, he played with Oakland. How'd he do this season? Slightly, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give him a contract. He's 28. Yeah, whatever. JT Ginn here, 2 years. That's plenty fine. Cusick here, definitely somebody I want to bring back. Ryan Cusick, I believe we traded for him as well. I wish it would show me if I traded for them. You know, like transactions. Yuri Brel Angeles, don't want to make that trade look any worse than it was, but he's looking for 60,000 a year. If I give him 3 years, which I will do, that's incredibly cheap. 60K a year. Here we go for 3 years. Good Lord. Lawrence Butler, bring him back. Jordan Wicks, definitely going to bring him back. These are the cheap contracts, guys. I'm going to go through these. We're at that point now where nobody here is really going to make too big of a difference. Zach Jaloff, somebody I've been protecting. Easy, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to jump ahead until the next part of the offseason. All right, guys. So I will just let you know what I did really quickly. I basically went into tender contracts, and anybody that down here had a potential of C or better, I gave them a contract. Anybody with a D, I just kind of let slide. We can definitely sign players in free agency before the season starts. Now we're gonna jump into free agency though, guys. Really quickly, got to stop my dog from barking. All right, so we're back. Oreo's now quiet, and we're gonna jump into free agency here, guys. Obviously, I would love to go after a guy like Trey Turner. I mean, look at that. We've only spent 40 million. 46 million of the surplus of 129 million. So that means we have about 80 million to go splash, and we could give 34 million and still have 95 million available, but I don't think that's very realistic for us. I think if anything, you know, these guys are qualified. We don't want to go after qualified players. I think if we go Whit Merrifield, he's qualified, so if we just withdraw the offer, signing a player that received a qualifying offer will forfeit a draft pick to his previous team, which I don't want to do. So I want to go to players that are not qualified here. Just find those. Sean Manaea could bring him back. You know, we just traded him away. I don't think that would be very realistic. Ketel Marte, currently, played for Arizona. Don't know what happened in the total season. Won't show me, but how was he? He was spectacular with a 3.9 WAR as expected. The Cubbies have given him a 3-year, $35 million offer. I think that's fine. Danny Duffy is definitely a left-handed pitcher. I definitely think he's the kind of guy that we could go after. He didn't play at all last season, so I think this is the kind of guy that, you know, we can make an offer for. Give him, you know, 3 years, because 2 years, how about, because I've got the money to spend, you know, 2 years, 7.5 per year. He wants to play for a contender, which is not us, so I'm not going to try and overpay him. Let's take a look at starting pitchers and kind of go shopping there first. All these guys are qualified. I don't know what the difference between qualifying offer and qualifying offer made means. Qualified, qualifying offer made. Help. That's not very helpful. I kind of want to steer clear of everybody's qualified. Good Lord. We'd have to forfeit a draft pick, which is something I definitely don't want to do. But, I mean, Danny Duffy and Sean Manaea are really the only guys that I foresee being, you know, worth it. And Danny Duffy doesn't have any contract offers currently, so I'm going to give him the $8 million a year. We're going to have to overpay. 2 years, he's going to be a rotational guy. I like this contract a lot. You know, he's not qualified too, so I'm going to actually I want to look this up real quick, so give me 1 second. All right, guys, so I did look it up real quick, and I think qualified players are fine to go after. That just means they received an offer from their team, or maybe not, but they played the entire last season with their team. I think qualifying offer made means that they would qualifying offer made means that I have to give up a draft pick. I don't think qualified players I'd have to give up a draft pick for. But we are going to go after Danny Duffy regardless. I think he's perfect for what we're looking for. Didn't play in 2022, but he's a pretty good player here. He's all right. Like, he's not great, but in 82, he would instantly become the second best player there. So let's go ahead and take a look at first baseman here. Trey Mancini. Oh, man. A guy like Trey Mancini would instantly provide some pop for us. He got traded last season. He provided a WAR of just about even. I don't like that. Did he create a lot of runs? That's what I want to know. Is it his defense? 73 runs created is actually quite a bit. I'd be satisfied with 73 runs created. I just kind of like Trey Mancini. There's Josh Bell too. He's 30. Oh, wow, Josh Bell's 30. Are you kidding me? But a guy like Trey Mancini, I definitely think $4.5 million a year for 5 years. We can give him $5 million a year. Here we go. $5 million a year for 4 years. He's going to be an everyday player. He's our first baseman, right? We don't really have anybody there. Third baseman, we could take a look at. I think I'd like to hold off here. We do have some really good third basemen in the system here. Taking a look at roster. Let's go to third baseman. You guys can see we got Geloff, and then we got Miguel Trevino, and I believe somebody else we just drafted too. Jordan Diaz. It's not. I don't think it's Jordan Diaz. I don't believe so. No, he's played with us before. But did we? We definitely had somebody else that was wasn't Zach Geloff because he's a or was it? He doesn't have any stats, so it could have been Zach Geloff for sure. Well, he was a minor league all-star. Anyway, I don't really know. Taking a look at the potential sort here, I don't really remember where our other third baseman went. We had definitely drafted 2. I can't remember their names now, and that's a bit of a bummer. But we have we have third baseman in the system. We don't need a shortstop. We don't need the middle infield. We needed a first baseman desperately. Pablo Mora, I believe was his name, is not going to get it done. Shortstop, I would love to go after Trey Turner, but I don't want to do the qualifying offer. Tim Anderson would be great, but that's too much money for me. Dansby Swanson, we don't really need a shortstop either. Looking at the outfield, though, Ketel Marte, that's a lot of money for him. Kevin Kiermaier, not a great bat. Really, really outstanding fielder, though. Does provide a good amount of WAR, even if the runs created aren't there. Billy Hamilton's that guy that could provide speed and fielding, too. He batted 200 last year, too, which is not too bad. Just about an average WAR. Batting runs was negative. Ooh. Can I see fielding runs or no? Stolen base runs created 6.1. He created no runs. Holy smokes. And out and right. Okay, so guys like Mitch Haniger are available. Brandon Nemo. Oh, Brandon Nemo might be a great guy to go after. I think he's all around. He's 30. He recently played for the Mets. A WAR of 5.1. He had a WAR of 5.1. Manuel Margot's also out here. Former Tampa Bay Ray. WAR of 1. Brandon Nemo had a WAR of 5.1. How can I say I do Moneyball and not go give this guy an offer? He's 30. He's looking for... I'll give him 11.2 a year. Actually, he wants to sign with the contender, but I'll give him $58 million. So 11.6 over 5 years. I'm fine with this. We have people out in the outfield, but can he play? Yeah, he can play any position in the outfield. He's basically all around. He's kind of what we need. He's not the greatest base stealer, but he's got speed at least. So I definitely think offering him a 5-year contract, I think this is fine. We're not splashing too much cash. And those are the offers I'd like to make. We'd have $50 million in budget remaining if everybody signs. Like you guys can see, we need left fielder, we need right fielder. We don't really need center field. Middle infield's not the worst in the infield. Third baseman is, but I went after the first baseman anyway. And we got another starting pitcher. Maybe take a look at some bullpen guys. Pedro Baez, how old is he? He's 35. He's not really in our timeline. Daniel Hudson here is 36. Brad, yeah, so some of these guys are pretty old. There's no real young. I mean, I guess John Curtis is about one of the younger guys. We'll offer him a contract. Yeah, he wants to be depth for 5 years. 4 years, he's looking for 1.2 a year. I'll give him 1.2 for 4 years. Yeah, I'm fine with John Curtis. How did he pitch last? Oh, he did not pitch last season. Interesting. Okay, so we will front load that contract. So there we go. Awesome. I'm going to offer that contract too. That should be all the moves we really do make. Taking a look here, Sim. Torrevilla has accepted our offer to be our pitching coach. I absolutely love that. Sim through date. Inbox. What do we have? Angels have acquired. That's fine. I don't care about any of this. Player called up. Delete all those. Major League updates. Paul Blackburn won the Gold Glove. We remember that. Waiver wire. That's whatever. Completed transactions. Do we have any completed signings? Do I get notified when we sign players? Transactions. Completed for the Athletics. Free agency. Pinder and Vogt became a free agent. That's fine. We sent some of these guys down, so do we actually wait? There were some re-signings in there. I just saw that. Completed. Athletics. On the November 9th, we re-signed Joe Adele. Okay, here we go. So most of these guys re-signed. Look at this. Purchased the contract of Jordan Wicks. Oh, yeah, okay. So we re-signed most of these guys. I think we avoided our arbitration for almost anybody. Murphy. Wow. Okay, so some of these guys are still arbitration eligible. Murphy, Montas, and Ramon Laureano are the guys we care about. We have offered them all a good contract as far as interest level is concerned. And tendering a contract, we've offered all these guys. So all we can sit now and do is wait. Sign Cole Irvin. Yeah, so there you go. You can see all of our signed players here. Offers are still out for Danny Duffy. We still have the best offer for Trey Mancini, and I'd love to get a guy like Trey Mancini and then John Curtis as well. So you guys can see we really do lead the way for all of those guys. So advancing a few more days. Aaron Judge went to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's splashing the cash. Their owner comes out and says, where are you going to go? Puts the fans through to hell for a season. And then they go out and sign Aaron freaking Judge to a 7-year, $240 million deal. That's almost $40 million a season. That's like, what, 35 a season? Goodness gracious. Okay, I stand corrected. Holy smokes. The Reds have acquired Judge. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. Angeles, Muncie, Schurman, Trevino all did re-sign. I love that. Noyce, Aller re-signed. Anybody else here? Longoliers did re-sign. I love to see that. All right, so what day are we at? So we just went through the 11th. Taking a look at free agency, looking at the signed players. We still are waiting for our salary arbitration, guys. No arbitration offered to Sean Murphy. They're all arbitration eligible. If we don't get there, I will offer them arbitration. And it looks like so far the 4 guys we're offering in free agency haven't received better offers anywhere else. So we'll keep going here. Nick Castellanos gets traded from the Phillies to the Braves. So 1 season in Philadelphia. He's going to go for Kirby Yates and Manny Pena, both super old, but both pretty good players at 84 and 83. They maybe felt like they didn't have a spot for Castellanos, and I think that's right. They don't really have a spot. They just got him. But here we go. Taking a look at the transactions. Again, Athletics, we re-signed. Okay, so those guys, nobody else re-signed on that day. That's fine. On the 13th, we did re-sign. We signed John Curtis. Cool. Cusick and Galoff accepted their offers. I love that. 14th, 15th have reached their maximum roster size. Cannot sign any more free agents. Yes. Any outstanding free? Okay, so Nola goes to the Rockies. Contreras went to the Giants. And there we go. So does that mean these guys did? Okay, their offers did not get withdrawn, but the free agents did. Ah, shoot. Okay. So the free agents did get withdrawn. So can I withdraw offers here? Or all these guys contract renewable? Nobody's got a contract. Ah, here we go. Lazaro Armenteros, we will withdraw that offer. Maciel, I'll keep. Caprillion, we have his offer in there. Austin Allen, we'll keep his offer in there. And I don't think any of these guys down here, yeah, these are the guys I didn't offer. Salary arbitration eligible players. Kolarek, yeah, I wanted to keep some of these guys, so I guess we'll keep Kolarek. And I think we needed, so we'll go after Mancini and Nemo. Right fielders, Brandon Nemo is probably the guy I want to go after first. Okay, so we have reached our maximum roster size. Can I make a quick trade? I'm just trading this F pitcher. Okay. Oh, these guys aren't signed to contracts. Oh, I can release some of them, right? I can, yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and release him. Release player. Okay. There we go. This is what I wanted to do. Okay. Relief pitcher. Release these guys. And I think we can release one. This left, he's 20 though. Yeah, Ryan, you can go ahead and hit the road. All right, so total required 94 players. I think we're okay now. I don't know what the maximum is, but we'll go back to free agency and offer Nemo a contract, offer him a deal. Yep, there we go. We were going to give him 11.6 million a year, right? That was the deal. 58 million over 5 years for an everyday player. Fine with that. Signed players. We did sign Trey Mancini. So we do get Mancini, and I'm very, very thrilled about that. You guys can see he's a great bat, and considering his WAR was even, 73 runs created, that's fine. But Brandon Nemo is definitely the guy that I'm excited about too. Starting pitchers, Danny Duffy. We were going to give him a 2-year deal at about $8 million a year, I think it was. Yeah, that's what we wanted to be in the rotation. There we go. Relief pitchers, and I think the only one left was the relief pitcher. Where is he? Or did we sign him? I think we signed him. Yes, John Curtis. We signed him as well. So I think though only those 2 other guys, Danny Duffy and Brandon Nemo, were the only other free agents we were going after. We'll go ahead and advance a day. Inbox. Let's see. The Giants have signed free. Okay. Yep. And there we go. We saw all those. So delete those league transactions. My completed transactions. Oh, that's September. Nope, we're going back in time if we go down. Okay, so transactions. We release. Yeah, okay, those are all of our releases. Okay, so we'll go another day in the future. Okay, still didn't get anybody to sign. The 18th, did anybody sign? Maciel did accept his offer, so that's really good to see. The Rule 40-man, okay. Yes, I would like to stop simulating. Did we get any? Ramon Laureano did come back, and Frankie Montas came back. You'll love to see it. Those are 2 guys we were hoping to avoid arbitration with. Sean Murphy still wants to go to arbitration, huh? He's still not thrilled with the offer we're giving him, but anyway, Nemo and Duffy, let's see the offers. Yeah, nobody else is even close to our offers. I'm just throwing money at them. Select the 40-man roster. Who is on the 40-man right now? Sort by potential. We got our high potential players here, sorting here by players. There we go. Mancini's on the 40-man. Okay, so it looks like we're fine. Is anybody here not on the 40? We have 3 A's, and then overall, I think we're okay. Lou Trevino is, yeah, okay. All right, so we're fine there. We will go ahead and get to the Rule 5 draft. View date significance. Yeah, and then the Rule 5 draft is coming up here. Athletics have 41 on their 40-man. Okay, so does that mean Padres called up? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about calling up. And yeah, it's because we just signed 2 players. So we will go ahead and go to our roster. 40-man roster. Cody Thomas, removed from 40-man. That's fine. We'll remove Grant Holmes from the 40-man as well because, we now have 38. So we'll keep going. Yes. Matt Barnes gets traded for Jason Hayward and David Boat. Okay. Max Muncie signs with the Rockies. So the Rockies are loading up, and Joey Gallo goes to the Orioles. Okay, what an interesting offseason. Let's see, Athletics. Yeah, we did not offer salary. So we're going to offer salary arbitration. We were going to offer him what in his contract? 8 million. So I'll offer him that in arbitration. I'll actually offer him like 6.5 million in arbitration. 6.5, submit offer. Yeah, we can keep negotiating with him, but Tony Kemp, I don't mind if he becomes a free agent. He was good for us though, and he's 31. He created 78 runs, 2.0 WAR. We were going to give him 2.8 million, so we will offer him 2.55 as far as arbitration. Yes. We should be fine though. I don't mind if Kolarek goes, Blackburn and Puke as well. I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong, but Man, we did try and offer all these other guys contracts too. So here we go. More free agents should have popped up, I assume. Whit Merrifield is a free agent. That'd be, a nice guy to go after. Edwin Diaz. He's 29 and a really, really good closer, but not what we need right now. Colton Wong. I mean, Colton Wong's definitely a guy that I would love to go after if we can't get Tony Kemp back. 2.3 WAR. He wants 7.7 a year. That's a little much for me. Benintendi's a free agent. Bassett's still a free agent, so you guys can see we've offered contracts to both Duffy and Nemo. Chris Bassett wants to go to a contender, which we are unfortunately not. He's a right-handed pitcher as well, which we don't need. Okay, so I think we're good to keep going here. Taylor Rogers signs with the Phillies, so they use the Nick Castellanos money, I guess, and goes there. All right, so Caprillion does re-sign. I'm very happy to see this. We offered arbitration there, and those three guys we did not offer arbitration to. Caprillion and Austin Allen are both back, so we're getting closer to our offseason being complete. We'll go another couple days here. Austin Allen still the latest thing to happen. All right, man, what is this date significance? This is have contracts tendered. Okay, so tender contracts. Oh, good to see that nobody else really we will sign him back. I don't know why I withdrew this offer. I do know why. Anyway, we'll keep going, and yes, I'd like to stop simulating. Trey Turner goes to the Cubs. Interesting. So Trey Turner going to the Cubs. That's strange. I never would have thought I seen that. All right, James Talon has been scooped up by the Braves. Danny Duffy did accept his contract offer, so there's our starting pitcher we were going after in free agency. We'll go a few more days here. Did not tender all those guys. I'm fine with that. And then Danny Duffy. Okay. Robbie Ray gets traded to the Rangers for John Gray and Brad Miller. Calendar. Acquired. Yep, there it is. Lazaro Armentos. All right. So you know what I want to do? Make a trade. Sean Murphy. He's not signed to a contract. I was going to say I was going to trade him and get the most out of him. But he is an all-star too. And he's just a good, darn good catcher. Baseball winter meetings. Starling Marte gets traded for Sandy Alcantara from the Mets. Holy smokes. What a big trade that one is. Mets get younger at starting pitcher. Somebody just signed... Michael Conforto goes to the Mariners. Somebody just signed Clayton Kershaw. Who went out and splashed the money for Clayton Kershaw? I guess I could just look him up. Player transactions, player search, Kershaw. There we go. We'll just submit search. Clayton Kershaw goes to the Padres. Wow, the Padres really want to get a good rotation, don't they? Nothing for us. Brandon Nemo. Actually, excuse me. Brandon Nemo does sign, so we have acquired Brandon Nemo as well. The Rule 5 draft is today. Did we get anybody else? Tony Kemp is back to a 1-year, $2.8 million contract, avoiding arbitration. Sean Murphy, man, I really don't want you to do me like this. Go to the draft. All right, and if the player we pick has to be in the MLB for the entire year, Kirby Yates in the Rule 5 draft. Recommend player. Starting pitcher, Danny. We have him. We already got him. We don't need Danny Duffy. Thank you. Kirby Yates. Are there a third baseman we could take? Ronald Torres at second, but we did just get Tony Kemp back, so we're fine there. Third baseman, no, there's not really. Shortstop, nobody. I'd like to play Poisson this year along with Arcia. I'm very happy about those two splitting time. Left field, Franchi Corrado, Lazaro Armentos. He's on my team, thank you. David Dahl, no thanks. In center field and in right field. So there's really not too many players out there. A potential Lewis Brinson. I really don't think he's a potential at the age of 28. He did grow very nicely. Didn't even play in the MLB last year. Must have played in the minors. There's Magnurius did not play in the majors last year. Looks okay. I don't think I want to take any of these players, honestly. Lewis Brinson is the best player available. Well, this is sorted by potential, I'm pretty sure, because Kirby Yates is right there. And then Cade Cavalli, a potential pitcher at 24. We'd have to play him in the majors, but as a long reliever, I could do it. A potential pitcher at 24. I say we do it. A potential pitcher. Let's go. We got one. All right, so there's our Rule 5 draft player. I'm going to skip our selection because there was really nobody else I saw in this draft. We'll just skip the rest of the draft. All right, so any players must be on our team all season. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pitcher we have just acquired. Starting pitcher, Danny Duffy. I want to add him to the 40-man. Yes, and then move him to the MLB. Yes, that's fine. But the A potential pitcher here, in Cade Cavalli, he's not great, but you know what? Put him as a relief pitcher, a long reliever. I mean, he's only got 67 stamina, so he could be a middle reliever too. A potential to see how he grows. Maybe he slides into that long reliever role soon. I don't know. We'll see though. I do have to make up a AAA and a AA soon. So I will do that before the season starts, but I do want to see nobody. Okay, so yeah, man, I would really like Sean Murphy to re-sign, please. Kirby Yates, they scooped up. Yeah, we haven't had anything yet. Okay, so sim to arbitration hearings. I guess Roberto Perez signs with the Brewers. The Dodgers sign Edwin Diaz. Luis Severino goes to the Twins. And we are here at yeah, and he didn't. Wow, okay. Sim to renewable contracts is probably our next thing to do. Arbitration, renew contracts, no players needed to be found. All right, so transactions, nothing for us still. Athletics, all transactions, there it is. Free agency, roster related, yeah. Free agency, there we go. Nothing yet. View date significance. Yes, Sean Murphy wants to get his contract signed, I hope. No, he does not. Renew contracts. Okay, yeah, we're fine there. So let's... Sean Murphy, his salary will be $6.5 million. They sided with us. Thank you. I was offering him $8 million, okay? I wanted to give him a 5-year, $8 million deal. I'd love to know what he was asking for, because 6.5 is cheaper than the 5-year, $40 million contract I was offering him. And now we're looking pretty good. I do have to say, I do like the look of the team. Ramon Laureano out in left field is actually going to be our center fielder. And then Joe Adell / Brandon Nemo. And then Brandon Nemo is probably going to play left, and then Joe Adell will play right. So I'm happy with this. Trey Mancini over Pablo Mora, Tony Kemp, Orlando Arcia, Sheldon Noyce, Sean Murphy at catcher. And then obviously we just signed Danny Duffy to be our second guy in the rotation. So it's Montas, Duffy, Kaprelian, Irvin, and then Honeywell Jr. or Aller or whoever steps up for that role. But we can go ahead and sim to spring training now. I don't believe there's anything left on the contract or on the calendar until spring training. So we'll go ahead, sim 12 days, and tomorrow's the last day to renew. Yep, I would like not to stop. And here we are at spring training. We can talk about contract extensions. I would love to give Sean Murphy another contract extension. Front load his contract. He wants even more money. Oh, wow, he wants $12 million now. $12.8 million a year. I'd love to give it to him because he's going to be here. He's a catcher, though. He wants to play close to home. He's from New York. This is not close to home. Maybe we do look into seeing what we could get. I understand. Let's see. We got 3 West. Really? This guy is pretty good. They're all kind of good, but I think I would like to sign an international scout. Like Todd Rosas is really, really good. And then PJ Parks, I'm going to get rid of him and get Jesse Henderson. He's very, very good there as well. So we get an international West, East, West. I'm fine with that. Actually, instead of East, can we get the Central guy in here? He's not very efficient. This guy is not very good at positional players. I think I would rather, yeah, West, West, and then Central. So no East. That's other side of the country. We'll stay as local as we can get. So there we go. We have signed a couple new scouts. Taking a look at the lineup. No, I would like to switch our lineup. Christian Patchy, no thank you. I would like to switch you. Oh, wow, there's a lot. I wish there was like an auto lineups button that we could just do the automatic lineups right now. But taking a look at the depth chart, yeah, I got to set some things up so we can take a look at the lines. Well, not the lines, but just look at the team for next season. Ramon Laureano, bang. Our left fielder is empty, so we will put in Brandon Nemo in left field. Joe Adell in right. Arcia at shortstop. Noyce at third, although Trey Mancini needs to come in at first for Pablo Mora for sure. Shea Langoliers, I mean, he could play catcher for us this season. He's a 73 overall. So he's behind Murphy for sure, but not by much. Max Muncie at second, can also play short. Zach Geloff, Tyler Soderstrom, 64 overall. Cole Irvin, these are our pitchers now. I do not want to put a pitcher in the field, obviously. Austin Allen, I mean, Austin Allen and Shea Langoliers could be our catcher. 1-2 punch. Robert Poisson can't play anywhere else. And Orlando Arcia, he can play third. So Orlando Arcia, flip-flop him with Noyce. Actually, nope. I want to flip-flop that. And then Orlando Arcia out for Poisson. And then actually, yeah. Oops. I did that wrong. And then Noyce out for Orlando Arcia. There we go. Okay. So I think this is the team we'd be rocking with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the depth chart really quick. And they did update it. There we go. It's updated. So we got, starting from pitcher to catcher, we got Montas to Murphy. Then we got Mancini, Kemp, Poisson, and Arcia. In the outfield is Nemo, Laureano, and Adell. I'm happy with that quite a bit. Our DH, I do not want that to be our DH. Taking a look at the lineups. Mckinney can't really hit. Comparatively, do we have anybody on the bench that can hit? Pablo Mora, holy smokes, did he take a jump in his second season. Shea Langoliers, Sheldon Noyce can hit, but Pablo Mora might be the DH. He's really good against all bats. So Pablo Mora, welcome in as our DH. So there's our depth chart. Let's take a look at the pitching rotation. Blaine Enlow, Danny Duffy, obviously going to hop in here for Adam Oller. Caprellian, there we go, Cole Irvin. Then instead of Honeywell, Gunnar Hoglund. Gunnar Hoglund's ready. I'd say he's ready for sure. Connie Nelson. Connie Nelson is the young... Oh, God. I would love to start him up, but 24 hits per nine is not going to fly in the majors just yet. So, other than that, I think we're good here on the starting rotation. I'll mess with the bullpen later, but taking a look at the depth chart, doesn't look too bad, guys, I got to say. I know it's red everywhere. I know they're saying that we need to pretty much upgrade everything, but taking a look at the standings here, you can see... where are we? The Athletics here at the bottom. We are 26th, so we've got 10th defense, 10th speed. It's just pitching, power, and contact that are pulling us down a bit, obviously. But, you know, that's going to come. We're really close, guys. I feel like we're going to be a moderately competitive team this year. Taking a look at this roster, I like it a lot. There's a couple guys that I'd like to get some more playing time to grow. Obviously, guys like not Danny Duffy, Ramon Laureano, Sean Murphy, Frankie Montas. Those guys are fine, but Robert Poisson, Shea Langoliers, I mean, guys. Sean Murphy doesn't want to come back. Make a trade. Sean Murphy. Give me anything. What would the league give me for Sean Murphy? Please. Oh, please don't freeze. Don't crash on me here. Oh, thank God. Whew, okay, so I'm going to end it here, guys. I'm going to mess around with maybe looking at some potential trades for you guys for Sean Murphy. But that's all the time I have for this one. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free-for-all before we fall. It's a free-for-all before we fall.